Extra. Konnichiwa and welcome. This is Kawaii-Fi Radio. The headphones are too loud. Is that any better?
Oh my god, I was almost deafened by that. Oh my days.
So let's try that again properly. Konnichiwa and welcome to Kawaii-Fi Radio, the podcast we dive in the world of anime and manga. I'm Kyle and I have Emma with me, and this is an extra mini episode because episode 100 is in the works, but most of the team are away at the moment, and we're not going to do the 100th episode with everyone away and busy. That's a terrible idea. So it's me and Emma, and we're going to talk to you about the Promised Neverland Live Action film.
It's me, the kawaii-fu.
Yes, you've been dragged in kicking and screaming. And by kicking and screaming, I mean Liger's jumping all over the desk and behaving like a petulant child. He's just jumped up and he's jumped down again.
Oh my days.
This is what we get for doing a late night recording, isn't it? Because he's got the zoomies in full swing.
I'm not usually awake at this time of night, so he's pretty excited about it.
He is. So look, Promised Neverland
Live action. So we've discussed the manga and anime before, and the manga's fantastic. Anime's second season adaptation is, if you've read the manga, you hate it. If you haven't, then it's kind of hit and miss. It just depends on the person. There's issues there, and I don't like it, but you liked it. You enjoyed it. The anime, it was fine, but you guys put it down so hard.
Yeah.
So I was like,
It skipped two of my favourite
arcs.
arcs.
It's really not that bad. The end is just kind of and then a lot of stuff, and the end.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been like that.
Yeah. Well.
So there were a lot of issues with it, but what we were sitting here going is well, they've got a live action film. And this live action film is adapting the story, just that first arc that the season 1 adapted. So we thought, I wonder if it'll be any better. And we saw the cast list. We went, wow, this sounds pretty good.
I was really excited.
Yeah, so was I. I'm now very disappointed.
Honestly, it was really hard to watch.
It was.
It was so hard to watch.
It was just blistering breakneck speed the entire way, and then it slowed right down for the end.
Yeah, but also it was just the actors were terrible choice.
Yeah.
From the very opening scene, I just got real
honest,
cringe vibes.
Both Emma and Norman's casting, terrible.
Awful.
Don't get me wrong. I'm sure they are fantastic actors, and these are young actors. But they're
not young
22
enough.
to 24.
So yeah, the actress that plays Emma is 22, and the actor that plays Norman is 20. Now they're supposed to be portraying 14-year-olds.
And then you've got Ray, who is played by a 14-year-old.
No, he's 16.
16. Well, look, he's very visibly younger.
Yeah.
And, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
He is fantastic.
Yeah,
he was actually one of the best actors on the show.
Good.
But unfortunately, Emma and Norman, because they're the leads, that's all you see.
It was just really cringe because Emma, the character, is very adolescent. She's very childish, and she's very boisterous.
Yeah.
And has very childish movements and mannerisms. And yet they had a 22-year-old who looks like a 22-year-old play her.
Yeah.
And don't even get me started on Norman's wig. Oh
yeah. Well, Norman, I've got a picture of the actor for Norman in front of me. And when you look at him, you go, wow, he doesn't actually look that old. That wig and makeup aged him. Yeah. It really aged him, and not in a good way. So it's a real shame. So that's your main three. And then you've got Keiko Kitagawa, who's playing Isabella.
She
Mama.
was good.
She was fantastic. And then you had Naomi Watanabe playing Krone.
She was great.
She was amazing. But I do have one bit that we both cackled about, which was the weird where they sped up her catching up to the kids.
This little movement. It was...
And it's the only time it was used.
Yeah, if they had used it multiple times, then it kind of would have made sense. But it literally came out of nowhere. We had to go back.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, what just happened?
So basically, there's the scene in the forest where, she's playing tag with the kids. And then
that happens, and then she catches up with the main kids again later in the forest to have a little secret meeting. And she moves, it wouldn't be more than 20 meters, but they fast forwarded it and put a weird sound over it as if she was super quick and dashing in an anime style. And it's like, guys, you could have just like changed the shot to over their shoulders and show her suddenly appear with a whoosh sound effect.
Just like, it could have just been like all the other ones where she was just running fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so weird.
It was. Very odd choices. I think if you've watched like the original anime or read the manga, this is all going to be very familiar. And I do have to credit them for the CG of the demons. I thought they were done really well done.
Yeah.
They felt creepy.
That's where their wig
imposing.
budget went.
The wig budget.
Yeah, they spent all their wig budget on the CG.
Look, I mean, I'd happily give them an extra $100 to get a better wig.
Oh, my days.
But yeah, that was really well done. The set design was accurate. It was like remarkably like...
Oh, yeah, the house was really good.
Perfect. Like they replicated the setting perfectly.
Yeah, they did.
Even the wall, the gates, the
forest was beautiful. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the way it was handled was really well done. And I think a lot of the young actors who are in this are good. It's held back by the older actors. Phil was amazing. Oh. Holy cow. Like, so Phil is like Phil. 4 or 5. And he just like, he was fantastic.
He's good. Everyone's cult favorite.
Can I find Phil? Yurito Mori, January 2014, 9 years old now. So this came out in 2020. So they were 6.
Oh, they did good.
They did exceptionally good.
Yeah, they did good.
Also known for like, Kamen Rider.
They didn't have a lot of lines or anything, but here's Phil.
It's Phil.
Everybody loves Phil.
Everyone loves Phil.
Cult leader Phil.
Considering he was 6, damn, he did really well for what he was given. Yeah. Like, no wonder he's been done for other things. I just hope, Japan treat their child actors better than the US do.
The costumes were good.
Costuming was very good.
Especially of Isabella and Krone. Mm-hmm. Their dresses were very crisp.
Yeah.
So
I think the things are done kind of out of order, story-wise. The plot kind of races through all the key bits and pieces at breakneck speed.
I actually think it would have been better if it was done more out of order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they discovered things a lot earlier, and there was no difficulty to discovering these things, such as like the messages in the books, or discovering that we're a farm and that sort of stuff. All of that happened at breakneck speeds in 20 minutes. They'd already found the outer walls. They'd already hatched their plans. They'd already done a ton of stuff, and then Sister Krone arrives, and it's 20 minutes.
Did we say spoilers?
Oh, yeah.
At the beginning.
I mean, look, this came out in 2020, and the anime came out 2018, 2019. So it's been out for a while now. So apologies if you haven't seen it, but yeah.
Go see it. Just do it. Just go watch it.
Just go watch it. The anime, look, if you haven't read the manga, the anime's fantastic. If you do want to read the manga, watch the first season, and then pick up in the manga, and then go back and watch it. I think, because that way you get the full context of all, everything that happened in it. Story-wise, it dashes through these points very, very quickly.
God. Yeah.
Like, you have no time to process what has happened. And then the escape plan is hatched and underway, and that feels like it drags by comparison.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Too much time was given for it.
Out of everything, the most shoehorned item that they just crammed right in the end there was the whole relationship between Isabella and...
Ray.
Ray.
And I mean, to be fair, that was kind of done similar to that in the manga, and it happened intertwined with the escape. But they just kind of yeeted it in there at literally the last possible moment. Just, but BTW, this is a thing.
But it's like, doesn't everyone know?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
So, yeah.
Because she's like, my baby's dead. And Ray's like, bye, Mom.
Yeah. But everyone calls her Mum. So.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. So in the anime, they don't know?
No, none of the other kids knew.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
No. It's interesting.
It's been a while.
Yeah. The only trivia for this is the Promised Neverland saga has the orphans as children, but for this adaptation, the ages were raised to teenage levels.
I think they're just
14.
talking about the protagonist.
Yeah.
How old are they in the anime? Aren't they like 10?
14.
They're 14.
Yeah.
Oh.
You get shipped out when you hit puberty.
Oh, 16. When you hit 16, you get shipped out.
Let's.
That's what they said.
That's what they said in.
It's 16. Yeah.
Okay, let's have a squiz. Squizzy.
Because then the girls would be shipped out at like 11, 12.
Okay, so Emma is 11.
Yeah.
So
in the anime?
In the
original and she's
story.
14 in the movie.
Yeah. Okay, so they did age up the export time. It'd be when they turn 12, because it's their birthday that they're exported.
On their 16th birthday?
No, but I mean in the original.
Oh,
yeah.
At 12.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that'll make sense.
Yeah,
Pre-puberty.
Yeah, they did put it up quite a bit then.
Yeah. So apparently, and for those who didn't know, Promised Neverland was inspired by children's folklore books and video games, including Final Fantasy, and for the horror elements, using only his imagination because he did not like horror films.
Oh.
I mean, like, wait, okay. Mentioned part of the story came from some nightmares he had as a child, especially after having read Hansel and Gretel, stories about children being eaten, and a manga focused on spirits that made him ask himself if monsters could solve their problems if they raised human-like cattle.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
He says, all these fears, ideas, influences have come together. This is how the story of Promised Neverland was born.
He had a freaky deep childhood. What a wild brain.
Yeah. He obviously... so Demizu, who I think is the co-author? The illustrator, Posika Demizu, said she was inspired by Japanese folklore and its monsters, and then Little Red Riding Hood and Hansel and Gretel, and Studio Ghibli. Nice.
Well, they're inspired by a lot of Japanese folklore as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of checks out.
Yeah. Also, like The Great Escape, Escape from Alcatraz, and Prison Break films. Like,
I mean, okay.
That explains so much.
Like the bedsheet ropes and things like that.
Yeah, and how they were drawn and But yeah, look, I mean, it's a fantastic franchise.
Yeah, I was like, it was not a fantastic film.
The film's
don't lie to these nice people.
The film's not the way to watch it.
Yeah. God, no.
I think we were quite optimistic in the previous episode about going, maybe the film will be good.
I was really looking forward to it because I was looking forward to a bit of spooky ooky.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I love the spook. And it just did not deliver.
It didn't.
It was actually hard to watch.
It was, especially towards the end, because we were just kind of like, is it over yet?
Yeah, we actually ended up skipping through to get to the end faster.
Whenever there was crying, I skipped.
Yeah.
I just kind of got sick of it.
Ugh.
Like, after a while, But, look, I can't recommend watching it. I mean, if you do want to watch it, you can watch it on Disney Plus worldwide at the moment. But it wasn't great. Cannot recommend. Just watch the original series. You can watch it on Crunchyroll and it's good.
Or just watch literally anything else. Like paint drying, I can recommend that.
I don't know if paint drying would provide the level of excitement the CG does for that brief fleeting moment.
Nah. Because you've got that guy, what is it, grandfather or whatever his name is?
Oh, yeah.
Just, he's bad.
He's bad.
Just everything about that guy.
I mean, yeah, he's the villain.
Oh, like he's the bad guy, but like the acting was bad, the hair was bad. Actually, one thing we do need to say was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Naomi Watanabe.
Yeah, like
she was surprisingly good. She it's a very strange role that she was given, and the character Krone is bombastic. She has very strange gesticulations all the time and just pulls these faces going from like sweet to mean in a split second.
The Titan face.
For a split second.
Yeah.
And Naomi did a fantastic job doing that. So she played the character very well. The character, in my opinion, is a bit cringe because she is so grandeur with her movements. And she's like, I'm just like, ugh. It's just, yeah. But Naomi did a great job.
Yeah. She apparently rose to fame for her imitation of Beyonce, and she's a comedian, actress, and fashion designer.
She's a very famous comedian over there.
Of Japanese and Taiwanese descent.
Oh, Taiwanese.
Yeah. Anyway, she was featured in Queer Eye We're in Japan.
Oh, I mean, look, again, she is very famous.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, she was in Krone Shin-chan's movie as well. Wow. So, yeah, look, she's done a lot.
Yeah.
And she's got almost 10 million followers on Instagram too. So,
yeah, man.
If you're a big fan of Watanabe, yeah, just skip to her scenes.
Yeah, true. Maybe, like, surely someone's done a...
Krone cut.
Yeah, a Krone, Krone cut.
Yeah, she was good. I think most of the main cast were good with the outside of Emma and Norman.
Yeah.
Problem is Emma and Norman are the leading characters.
The lady that plays Isabella has a good...
Keiko Kitagawa.
Mean, scary look that she can turn off and on really well.
Yeah, yeah. And she was apparently started off as she's a former model and a Japanese actress. And first voice acting role was in Sailor Moon in the live action show Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon in 03 to 04. Oh. Good on her.
Yeah,
it doesn't say what she was in. Yeah.
I liked her quite a bit.
She did really well. And I think for that role where you need to be able to switch between, pleasantly sweet and quite intimidating.
Between Mother and the Devil.
Yeah, basically. She was in Fast and Furious. Tokyo
Sick.
Drift.
Oh, okay.
So there
I'm going to watch that now.
Now I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, she was good too. So I think it's just that because the leads are really cringe and they don't suit the age bracket and the wigs are bad, it's very
disingenuous.
Yeah, it just feels fake. It feels B grade, whereas the rest of the production stands up, and that's the downside.
I find the difference between good anime live action adaptations and bad ones is the bad ones try and keep the exact movements and like speech patterns and things of the anime character and you expect them to be bigger.
Yeah.
And the better ones kind of make it more realistic.
Well, I mean, this is the thing. Like, it was one of the issues that Cowboy Bebop's live action suffered from. They tried to initially have the characters behave in a way that was in line with the anime. And over the season, they pulled that back and that improved it. It wasn't, perfect by any means, but it was showing that they, when given the right tools, and especially when it was the original episodes that weren't based on the actual anime story, they did really well. Like, the character interactions seemed much more normal and natural and fluent.
Yeah, I find Bebop, the characters themselves were way more organic than the characters in this movie. But I also enjoyed how in Bebop, every now and then, they would deliver an exact frame.
Yeah.
A very famous frame from the anime. That was nice.
Yeah. You want them sprinkled in there. You don't want the entire thing to be that.
Yeah.
And that's the balance that's got to be struck with live action. And I think Japan tends to do it better for the most part. But we'll see. I think that's it. I don't think there's really much more I can say about that. If you do want to watch it, it is on Disney+. Wouldn't recommend it. Go watch the anime instead. And we'll see what happens if a number 2...
What's a different live action you would recommend?
Oh...
Rurouni Kenshin. Go watch that.
Yeah.
From back in the day.
Back in the day, Rurouni Kenshin.
What is it, 2012 or whatever it was.
You see, I'm sitting here going, what is a live action I'd recommend? And
Scooby-Doo.
Live action Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo. That slaps for no reason.
See, I'm sitting here going, has there actually been a live action anime we can recommend? And I mean, like, I think Alita Battle Angel is good if you're a fan of the manga, but otherwise no. Ghost in the Shell, similarly, if you watch the original series, it is enjoyable, but not good as a standalone film. Yeah, there's not a massive amount that make you go, yeah, I think that would be worth watching as a standalone film. Oh, apparently the Yu Yu Hakusho live action from 2020 was quite good. Oh, there was a live action Ranma and a half.
Ah, of course there was.
It's not very well rated. No surprise there. Gintama's live actions are apparently quite good. Attack on Titans are not.
Oh, God.
They're all under a 5 for very good reason. There is a live action Assassination Classroom. And it's actually on a higher rating.
This is the thing. I feel like that would actually be good because that show is goofy as heck.
Yeah.
So they can get away with the goof.
They can. There was a Bleach live action in 2018 and it looked
there was.
bad.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure from 2017.
Oh, no, thank you.
It's
that sounds like it would be bad.
The costuming is amazing. But that's about the only thing that I've heard good about it. So yeah, as you said, Rurouni Kenshin Part 1, 2, and 3 are all on here and they're all above a 7. So
yeah, I went to see that in the cinemas.
Oh yeah, was it good?
Yeah, man. I was like the only girl in the cinema. And I was by myself because I didn't have any friends to go see it with me.
Well,
but it was dope.
Look, if you enjoyed it, that's all that matters. There was a live action Black Butler.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. There's live action Gantz. We haven't watched that. That's something.
Oh, no, we have. That's a good one.
Well, no, that Gantz Zero was CG.
Was it?
Yeah. So Gantz live action was 2010. There's Gantz, Another Gantz, and Gantz Perfect Answer, which is 3 parts of the same franchise.
I think I've seen a live action one.
Yeah.
A live action Gantz, and I actually think it was
quite good. Yeah.
Yeah.
According to this, it's quite well rated. So, yeah. There you go. But yeah, so look,
yeah, go watch Gantz instead.
Yeah, that's definitely PG appropriate.
Promised Neverland is not a PG.
It was rated PG.
What?
Yeah, TV 14.
Children get it.
Yeah, I know, but you don't see it. If you don't see it, it doesn't
see
happen
the etting.
as far as the council goes. But yeah.
Rough.
Anyway, I think it's time that we wrap up.
Kawaii-Fi Radio.
Well, that is where we're going to leave it for this mini extra episode. Thank you so much for listening. Next episode is the big one. It's episode
Big Hundo.
100. I can't remember what we said we were going to do.
You know what that means?
No.
The podcast is going to come alive. It's going to get a spirit. It's going to haunt you.
Well, we might as well announce the first thing that is going to happen. And that is that episode 100 will be live streamed on our Twitch and on our YouTube channel.
Oh.
Now, that will be on the Sunday, so we'll put out an official notification for that. But that will be Sunday, the 23rd of April. I can do numbers.
23rd of April.
Yeah.
Oh, that's close.
It's the week before HoshiCon.
Sure. Yeah, busy.
Yeah, so things are going to get very hectic around here very quick. By then, Tifa will be back from her trip from Japan. Aaron will be back from up north. Kenny will not be working public holidays.
And I won't be here.
No! And Kira Lee will be finished hopefully making her costume for the upcoming convention competitions. Because my lord, there's some pretty cool looking things coming up that she's working on. Other than that, there's not really too much to announce. That 100th episode is the big one that we've been working on. After that, there is another live stream we're going to do directly following the live stream of the podcast, where we're going to watch the film. The worst live action ever made.
Which one?
Dragon Ball Evolution.
No. Is this Aaron? This is Aaron,
This
isn't
is
it?
Aaron.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
I actually forgot how bad that was.
Yeah.
Like, I literally blacked it out from my brain. And then I was on, like, I don't know, TikTok or whatever, and I watched a clip, and I was like, oh my lordy.
Yeah, it's so bad. I never saw it, but I've seen lots of clips, and I actually walked in on my grandma watching it once and went, nope. Walked out the room. She's like, this is those anime things you like. And I'm like, yes, but no.
No, Grandma.
No, Grandma, it's not. So, yeah, that's going to be painful. We will confirm details on that and timeframes on that closer to the day. That'll be coming out in the next 2 weeks. So make sure you're following us over on social for that. We are on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We do have a TikTok, but we rarely use it for... Yeah, just not enough time at the moment.
Nah.
And videos are in the works, but just with changing jobs and everything else, it's been a bit hectic and a bit difficult for us to get everything sorted along with the house. So, with that, we'll see you in 2 weeks for the big 100, and I think that's it.
Yeah.
Make sure you're watching some stuff from the new season. There's a lot to enjoy out there. So in between then and now, as we love to say,
watch some anime!